This next question is for Mr. Tyson Thompson.
Hey.
Our viewer named Karen asks, every day we hear about autos being stolen in the area. What are the solutions you are proposing to combat this problem?
So with autos?
Cars, yeah.
Being
Vehicles, yeah.
Yeah. So I think crime is one of the most complex things that we can address. It's so multifaceted and needs so much comprehensive, holistic approach to it. One of the best ways that we can stop car thief or auto theft is by having people have economic opportunity. People having access to quality jobs that pay people dignified wages. That stops people from wanting to steal cars. We have one of the worst rates of poverty in this country for children and also for adults. One of the, I believe the third poorest city for its size, one of the top 10 poorest city for children. There's a whole bunch of things that goes on with why crime happens. So first we have to make sure that people have the ability to have a thriving life, but they don't have to return to survival mode just to make a life. People deserve access to good education. People deserve access to good health care and also to good jobs. When you have all of these things coming together, crime goes down and eventually so does car theft too.
Thank you, Mr. Tyson Thompson. Mr. Wyatt.
This is a big issue, has been a big issue for a little bit of time. And I think that, again, our youth are involved in a great deal because we don't invest in them. I just was at a gun anti-violence event the other day, and they talked about the funds that are not available for young people to keep them busy, to keep them active doing other things instead of stealing cars. I know the Kia Boys was a big issue, but again, I believe that a big portion of that is the lack of money for youth programs. How do we expect the youth to perform and do things on a positive way when we don't fund them for activities that they can do in their community center? Flag football, I know the senator talked about, we used to do Gus Macker. We got to give the youth things that we believe that there's things that they want. And a lot of it is engaging the youth. We don't really talk to them. We just tell them what we want them to do. I think that we need to have more forums in which we engage the youth, talk about prioritizing some of the things they want. I know one of the things that I've done in my district is we have a brand new facility in Shoshone Park that you can use year round. Those types of things, I believe, will help lower the rates of theft, car thefts, and those types of things when we give youth other options instead of just, putting them to the side and waiting for a problem to happen. Then we're doing a knee-jerk reaction to something that we can't resolve very easily.
Thank you, Mr. Wyatt. Mr. Scanlon?
If any of us is familiar with auto theft, it's me. Mine was stolen a couple months ago, so I'm very familiar with it. But I can tell you that through our new policing model where our officers will be out engaging the community and trying to find out where this activity is more likely to take place, things like that, we'll continue to do that. Like I said, we'll be giving people surveys. They can respond anonymously to make sure that they don't feel threatened by participating in this and making sure that they feel safer in their communities. The other issue is you have to hold people accountable. You talk to officers, how often does someone steal a car, they're released, they're found in another stolen car the next day? And because of things that took place during some of the bail reform measures, people aren't held accountable. And judges have lacked discretion to be able to hold people accountable, but they're back out on their city streets the next day, stealing 2, 4, 8, 10 cars, and nothing being done about it. So we have to make sure that we urge New York State to repeal some of the bail reform measures to hold people accountable as well.
Thank you, Mr. Scanlon. Mr. Ryan.
Here we go. Back to the MAGA talking points. Let's put young black youth back in jail. That doesn't work. But let me tell you about my rental repair program that the acting mayor said somehow benefited slumlords. We have 4,000 empty apartment units in Buffalo. Most of those units are owned by senior citizens, mostly female black women on the east side of Buffalo who bought doubles in the 80s or 90s. Their husbands have passed on, they're living alone, and they need repairs to the upstairs unit in order to get it back online. But they're seniors on a fixed income. So this program does so many good things. It gets units back online. They're quality housing units. It puts money into seniors' pockets. And most importantly, it helps build generational wealth in communities that were intentionally denied generational wealth for a super long period of time. This is a win-win-win program. We're going to get more units online. That's how you're going to bring rents down. And the program is right now on the street. It's administered by Belmont Shelter. It's administered by Broadway Fillmore, Essence Sweat at the East Side Development Corporation. They decide who's getting this money, and this money is going to go to low-income seniors, and I am proud to have backed that program. But I wonder again, perhaps, if the program was open to Carl Palladino, maybe they would have been okay voting for it.
All right, we're going to go to Mr. Wyatt, but
We're moving on. We're moving on.
After we finish with Mr. Whitfield, I apologize, Mr. Whitfield, we will then go to 90 seconds for either Mr. Tyson Thompson, Mr. Wyatt, Mr. Whitfield, whoever, because we did not allow you to rebut previously. So, Mr. Whitfield, please go ahead about the car theft. I know.
Really? Car theft? Okay. Listen, this is a national issue. This is not specific to Buffalo. We need to look outside of the box. We need to find out what other communities are doing to address these issues. We need to deal with the socio-economic drivers of poverty and crime within our community. We need to address all of those things, and we need to do this holistically. Also, it's not just young people stealing cars. This is organized crime. This is insurance fraud. This is a number of other issues that nobody's talking about. And so we need to look at it from a different perspective, a different lens, and not always blame our youth as the problem, as part of our problem, or black people. That's true, because who gets criminalized in these things? Young black men. And so policing is not always the answer. We need trusted messengers within our community response teams. They're active in over 100 cities across America. There's data supporting them. That's the kind of intervene we need within our communities. We need people who look like us, who talk like us. We need police officers that live in these communities. All of those things will help address these issues.
Thank you, Mr. Whitfield.
We
have 90 seconds, Mr. Tyson Thompson, if you'd like.
Yeah, I think to oversimplify auto theft and crime in the city as young black kids is grossly wrong, and we need to make sure that we're saying that. Second of which, we can tout all of these years of experience and all these initiatives that these candidates have done, but nothing has really moved the needle. It's the same old thing that's happening decade after decade, year after year. We got people who are in office saying all these great things that they have done, but nothing changes in the city of Buffalo. Just more poverty, more potholes, more underperforming schools, and more other BS. We need new vision for the city. We need bold and dynamic leadership. The things that are working right now aren't working. We got to move forward, Buffalo.